Okay, looking at MYL here. Gonna try and short it if it gets up to VWAP for 100 shares. Thinking that it's gonna bounce here and come back and test the 9 once it finally catches up. Probably gonna get filled here in a second. Maybe. Okay, so I'm finally in 100 shares on MYL. Stop loss will be a close above the VWAP. Thinking it's gonna bounce here though. Just have to see. Had a nice roll over here, and we're kind of retesting the area. Breaks back under 38. That's definitely good. Alright, looks like we're under. Nope, maybe not. It's a pretty good spot. It's got it had some resistance in this area here, but apparently it didn't matter too much because it's been playing around it so much, kind of acting like it's no big deal. Alright, looking to take some around 50, 60s.
And FLX.
I'll buy half if I see it hit the 60s. Wow, that's a very nice move. Alright, any pullback here. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. That thing jumped up on me way too quick. Okay, buying the rest here. I don't like how it's acting. It kind of rebounded really hard off of that 9. That's a shame. I should have gotten out in the 60s, and that thing jumped up so quick. Lost an extra couple bucks on it. Oh well. Nice single. Can't complain too much, but I'll go over that one in a review. Looking at TV here for a short. It's kind of making a triangle right now. I'd like to take it short at 45. You know what? I'm thinking 45 is a little too early. What I want to see it do is break down underneath the VWAP here, because it's got the moving average coming down on it. It's kind of tightening in this pattern here. I'm hoping to see it break down as opposed to up, because it's got more resistance in the way. If we go up, you can see the volume here. I'll leave it what I got now, but stop loss will be a close above the VWAP, because this pattern is going to be over after this next candle, really. Volume's growing. Profit target will be low of day. Struggling at this 47. Finally broke out of the 47. Wow.
IPG.
Might be setting up again here. Just need to keep redrawing. I think 45 is a good spot though still. Hasn't broken all of it just quite yet. It's got 45, a close back in the pattern. Could be worst case 55, so it's about 10 cents. I guess my size is a little small. I could probably bump it up to 400.
WM.
Oh, that's not the right button. Sell. And put it as a market order. What's happening? Alright, this is the candle, because now the 20's catching up. Okay, nope, no trade on Tiva. It's out. Alright, I'm watching MYL here. I like it long as opposed to short, but it could turn around and end up being a much better short than a long. The only problem is right now with the pattern that it's forming for a short, it would have to break out of the pattern, break underneath the 9, the 20, and the VWAP finally before it really didn't have any more support. So as for a long, you know, obviously we got a lot of support underneath it for a long, and there's not really any stops until obviously high of day, and then the next is 39.50, so you know another $1 away. So I'm looking to get 150 shares here if it breaks out of this pattern up here at this 47 mark. We're just gonna have to see what it does. Because we're getting tighter and tighter, we're getting pretty close to the point where it's got to do something. Alright, I'm gonna have that in just in case. My risk is pretty tight too, so I mean, I figured worst case scenario, I'd get in at 47, you know, it runs 20 something cents against me. I mean, max loss maybe like 40 bucks. Alright, it's got to bump up a little bit here. Oh wow. Well, I don't want to take it for a short. It could be breaking down, but I don't like it enough for a short. It's still got to go through the VWAP, and then after that you got this mark, got this point, got that point, this point, this point. But for a long, you got to break out of this, which is that 47, 48 area, and then other than that, there's nothing. Let's have to see where it closes. I'll redraw it. Okay, lots of buyers there. That's definitely a good sign. Gotta like that. Came back, touched VWAP, right back in the pattern and above the moving averages. Let's see. I could probably stand again at 46 now. That doesn't do anything. Wow. Couple more seconds. Nope. don't like how volume's thinning out, but that doesn't mean that there isn't a trade. Alright, if I end up getting in this close underneath the 9, would definitely be a good stop loss point if we break and move higher. But looks like I'm gonna keep having to redraw this. Fives don't really show too much. You got the wick maybe. But other than the wick, there's nothing to really look at. Let's see if we go to that 40. Ooh, this could be a spot here. It opened at 42. That's kind of been a point, I guess. Hasn't really done much at it though. Other than that, we got definitely a high of day, and then right after 39, that's about it. No, looks like something's happening. Let's test the view app again. Wow. Alright, well there goes MYL. I'll have to go back to it later. Okay, looks like MYL is finally pretty. I only got filled on 45 shares. Oh, okay, now I got them all. Alright, so I finally got in. Looks like it's finally starting to bust out here. I put in that order at 38 cents and a limit of that one. I kind of have small size right now. Wow, that's a really nice move. Did to me really quickly here. I was risking about 20 cents, so I'd like to see at least 20 cents as well. I want to see what it does around the high of day up here. Okay. Definitely a nice breakout, but gotta wait a while here and see what happens with it. Got about a minute and a half till the next 5-minute candle closes. I want to see some continuation. Bunch of sellers here on level 2. I know, interestingly enough, the 2-minute 20 SMA caught up as well as that 13 mark, and the 5 still got some time to catch up. So really all I got right now is the 1s to base this off of. Okay, so we're kind of getting like a bull flag here. Stop loss is going to be a close below the 9. Wow. It's getting right back bought up. Here we see 60. Come on. Alright, if we hit 60, I don't want to let it go back into the 50s, so I'll be taking half off. Um, 70s is high day. Alright, any pullback, I'll take half. Oh, my sell half button doesn't work. You gotta be kidding me. No, market. Well, that is really annoying. I don't want it to turn against me, so I'll just lock in what I got. Unbelievable. I'm gonna let the rest go here. Jeez, look at that candle. Kind of turning into a rising wedge here. Ooh, on the 5s it's definitely okay. That's not a great sign. Wish I would have seen that earlier. This would have been a really good spot to take profits at then. Looks like that 9 is hanging out pretty well here. Just kidding. If it breaks the 20, I'm out. Still got 30 seconds before a close though. didn't close below it, but not liking the candles here. I want to see it in the 60s again. I wanted to test that area. We're in the 60s. Any pullback, I'm out. Alright, that's enough of a pullback for me. Okay. Well, that was another disappointing situation here. Turns out sell half button doesn't work. It's not even being highlighted. So I don't really know what the deal with that is, but I'll have to check that out and work on it. Looking at MYL again for the third time today. Looks like it might be finally breaking out of this falling wedge here. Looks pretty good on the 5s as well. So I got like a combination of bars here for the lines on trend lines and everything. It's hitting off this 1. This only shows up on the 1 here, and this line here is the 5, and it looks like the 1s are kind of starting to show a little bit of resistance up there. So I got an order in at 84 cents just underneath this 20 here. I'll be looking to take profits. Hopefully not this early, but depending on how it acts, the 5-minute 9 EMA is also at 70. So worst case scenario, I could probably expect to get 15 cents out of this. Kind of like a 1-to-1 trade here. I will be trading it on the 5s. Okay, I'm finally in here at 84. Stop loss is going to be a close underneath or above back in the pattern. But if it's going to make a move like this, then I'm going to change it to a close above the EMAs here. And it hasn't hit this 50 yet, so I'm kind of nervous about what it's going to be doing here. I'd like to see the higher time frame take over here. And it wants to test the 70 here because that's where the 5-9 EMA is at. But we might see something here, the 50. Well, be in this one for a little bit here. Just gotta see what it does. Which reminds me. Just want to see what I wrote down. $39 is my ultimate stop loss here. If it breaks 39, I'm out of this trade. Well, I didn't follow my own rule. What I should have done is taken half size of this and bought or sold the other half if it broke the 50. So I kinda didn't do that. So I should only be about half size right now. But it looks like this 20 is being a good spot. Wow. Jeez. That's a pretty big candle there. It's gonna close here in a second. I need to look to get out. Just as fast as it got bought up. Look at all that volume now. Okay, I'm out. Don't like it anymore. Yeah, there's the break. Well, that is definitely disappointing, having a trade take away all my profits on the day, but I guess that's just the way it goes. I'm definitely going to be done trading for the day, because that was just ridiculous. Everything else is flatlining, so really there's nothing else to look at. I really want to see... I guess if it stays right here, it's still looking good. I think that was based off of the ones. Yeah, looks like it's moving higher. Yeah, that could be something new, I guess, but I don't know. I guess it could just be remaking the thing for the entire day here. Because, I mean, this is what it was, and then it broke out. And I guess because the 1 minute 50 obviously finally caught up with it, what I should have done, what I even wrote down in my rules, is that on the 5s, the 9 EMA will be in play, either as support or resistance if the profit target is far away enough. Buy half on the break of pattern. So what I should have done is bought half about here, because it broke underneath these moving averages, and then because the 50 was close enough, I probably should have added the other half if it broke it. But then even looking at the overall picture here, I mean, I was entering at 84 and I was risking about 15 cents for 15 cents. So I mean, it was a 1-to-1 trade. It wasn't a terrible trade or nothing. I know it's got some resistance up here at 39.50, which we're obviously not there yet, but could have come into play. So I don't know. I think I probably should have only been in half size on this one. And I knew, I was talking about it too. I was like, you know, I really need to be careful about how it acts around this 50. I want to see if it breaks it, but you know, if it bounces off, that could be a problem, and I'd hate to take profits that early at this, right here at 77. I mean, I was only plus 7 cents on the trade, which wasn't nearly what I wanted it to be.
LNG.
So as soon as that candle, that 5-minute candle got put in there, now we're making another one. So MYL's all over the place, bunch of fake outs and everything. I'll have to keep an eye on it later in the day, come back to it just to see what it did. But so let's see, first trade that I took on it, I short sold, I believe all the trades that I took were based off of the ones. So that was at 9:30. Okay, so I took a VWAP bounce off of this. Notice that it had a very nice rollover. Kind of hit this 37.40 area, which is a see on the daily here, kind of where this 200 is at. Looks like a bounce off of it a little bit there. Wanted to short it again at the VWAP, and I did. Had a very nice quick move down. It took my profits at 72 and 88. Yes, this is where I tried to take half off at, I believe it was 57 or 58, and the thing squeezed 15 cents up on me immediately, and I ended up losing out on, what is that, 15 cents on 50 shares. It's not 30 bucks. 15 cents, okay, so that's about 7-8 bucks. So, I mean, I missed out on, you know, what, I think that put me up 30, so I missed out on almost a quarter percent of the whole trade of what I could have gotten on it, so that was a little disappointing. But I mean, bounced, and then the 9 finally caught up with it, which is usually my target for that kind of thing, because usually for any stocks that I'm trading, practicing, or even just seeing them now, as soon as these EMAs catch up, they almost always act as resistance or support. So these have got to be, you know, big profit targets to definitely pay attention to. Second trade that I took was also on MYL. Looks like I bought at 10.17, I believe. Can't remember exactly what it was. had that it was a symmetrical triangle. But where? Oh, I'm looking way too far away here. Okay. So I noticed that it was making a triangle pretty much the whole day at the moment. So I kept redrawing it, waiting for finally something to happen, and then finally the big moment happened where it kind of got cradled underneath the EMAs. The 50 was finally catching up, and we had the view up support as well as the 20 and the 9. Took it long at 38.41. I tried to get in at 39. It only filled me in not even half my size. I think 39 was even too far away. Okay, so made a few mistakes. My sell half button was broke on this trade. As well as on this trade, my entry was a little too late. I probably should have moved this up to at least a 36, you know, get those extra pennies, but 36 or 35 after it broke out of the pattern. So I guess my entry was too late, or too far away. But it came back, filled me in the rest of my position. Made a nice move up, and then it kind of bounced around. I know that's not where we're at right now. Okay. Bounced around, made a nice little pop again up, but I was already looking to take profits around the close of the candles up here, so once we were at that area, I was already thinking about getting out. Again, took it on the 1s, so I'm playing with the 1s and everything. If I was taking it on the 5s, which I still could have, it doesn't look terrible, but I used the wicks down here instead of, and there's really nothing up there. So the pattern just flat out doesn't look the same. If I wanted to take it on the 5s, I probably could have again aimed for the high day or something, but I just wanted to get in and out. Didn't have a ton of faith in it because I haven't taken too many symmetrical triangle trades. But the problem with this one is I used it too small of a size because I was looking at it. What I should have done is taken the 35, and I should have, you know, adjusted my risk. I mean, the worst case scenario is it closes at the 11, but it's got to break through so much support, especially after it already broke out of this. It's got to go through the pattern, the bottom trend line, the 2 EMAs here, and then finally the VWAP. And depending on, you know, what area we're at, this 50 could have been up there or something. Who knows? But I only took 150 shares, so I mean, if I was really looking at this the right way, I should have said, okay, so here's the 35. Worst case, the 20 is 15 cents away. So I could have made my stop loss 15 cents. I could have doubled my position size on this one. So the mistake on this one is I used way too small a position size. I ended up making a nice move. Looks like I sold my last half at 25 here. So I watched it. That's kind of weird. I watched it come back, test the 9 EMA, came down, touched the pattern line and the 9 or the 20, shot back up. But I took my profits here. I didn't. I don't know. It moved up again. You know, made a new high of day and everything. But I think I was just kind of afraid about this turning against me. But I definitely could have held out a little bit longer. You know, usually my stop loss is, you know, if it closes below the 9 or something. Or even I could have taken another half up here, where the high day was, and get some more money out of that. So I think I exited too early too. You know, you get that nervous feeling and you just want to take your profits and walk away. And I mean, Usually there's nothing really wrong with that, but I'm missing, you know, the bigger picture kind of thing here, where this is pretty good support right here. So what I could have said to myself is, okay, so I got a winning position, I'm right in the trade, it's breaking out of the pattern, we got a nice support here at the 20, so maybe I could use the support, or the 20 as a, you know, my final exit position, instead of just, okay, well, I'll just get out here just because I feel like getting out. I didn't really get out because there was any technical purpose or nothing. I just got out to get out of the trade. I don't know. Maybe I was thinking about my position size being too small or something, or I messed up my risk adjustment or whatever. But I mean, that could have been, you know, another $40 trade. And then finally, I just took it. Okay, well, hey, look at that. It's finally making the move. So that was nothing. Looks like that's what it took, I guess. Still making that wedge. Finally broke out underneath. Kind of bounced at the 50, I guess, but I mean, now it's not. It's turning into resistance as opposed to support. So I guess this was the ultimate final move on MYL here to finally break out of the wedge. That's not what I want. Even, yeah, it's kind of, yep, it just closed too. Closed right at that 9. Broke down, came around 20. I don't know, it's really ugly on the 5s though. It doesn't look good at all on the 5s. Well, that's kind of a lie. It still looks alright. Looks more like a channel on the 5s, if anything. You can't really draw a wedge on the 5s. It really only shows up on the 1s. This is stretching it too. But yeah, looks like it finally broke out. That's why you one, gotta stick to your rules. I should have only been half size on that trade. So the other mistake I made is didn't follow rules. Didn't use half size to start. So yeah, we're just gonna see where this one goes now. That could be a really nice move down. But I don't know. Sitting here for 2 hours, I don't know. I focused a lot today on these charts, and I don't know. I guess I'm feeling kind of mentally worn down, and after I just got that loser, you know, taking away all my profits, I didn't really want to take any more trades. I was kind of sick of it, really. But it can't always be about the money. I mean, today was a really good day in the sense of, you know, learning things, you know, always finding mistakes and seeing exactly what it is that I need to work on. So, I mean, I got tons of stuff. I fixed my sell half button. I'm pretty sure, anyway. I can highlight it now, so I think it's going to go through if I try it again. But, I mean, I put my entry too far away. I didn't adjust at the right time. So that lost me about 4 cents. I didn't use the right position size and base it off of a good risk scenario. I mean, I really traded that second trade small. And I exited too early on that one as well. I mean, trading it on the 1s. If I'm ever trading it on the 1s, my stop loss for that is always a close below a moving average. And it never, I mean, it broke through, but it never closed below the moving average. So, I mean, I didn't really have a reason. If anything, that gives me more of a reason to hold on to it, is if it doesn't close below the moving average. So, I mean, definitely missing out on a bunch of profits today. I don't know. It's a good day in the sense that I got plenty to work on. and I'm really recognizing my mistakes on this one. Yeah, I'm only up $5, but I don't know. I feel good. It's weird. 2 trades, 2 decent. Well, the first trade was pretty good. The second trade was pretty bad. The third trade was also pretty bad, but I don't know. I feel good about it because just good learning experience. So there was also, I wanted to go over some other trades that I was looking at. I was looking at Tiva for, still have it up here too, making a triangle early in the day. I wanted to see it move down because the 20 was coming in, and I mean, if it broke underneath this VWAP, definitely could have been a good move down, but never did. Ended up busting up actually, but I didn't want to take it long. I didn't trust it at all because I mean, you gotta move through all that stuff, and then it turns into support, and then it just kind of rolls over, and now it's just slowly moving down the entire day. And then I was also looking at MNTA here. I believe I wrote down on the 5-minute it was a rising wedge. And the only reason I didn't take this trade is because I think I was too caught up in MYL. I don't really have a spot to put this. Yes, I do. But that is much too late on that one. So something that I need to talk to my mentor about is, you know, drawing trend lines. Because, you know, some of the trend lines look really good on the 1s, and some of them look better on the 5s. And in this case, it looks pretty good on the 1s. Just kidding, no it doesn't. Not for that one anyway. But I wrote down that it was a rising wedge. I mean, it finally starts topping out here. It looks, yeah, again, it looks much better on the 1s than the 5s. But either way, it was a good rising wedge. I just didn't take it because the volume and MYL. You can see the volume, whenever it's early in the day, I like seeing stuff like in the hundreds or in the 50s, and this is, you know, some cases we're just hitting 10, so I didn't like it that much, but it made a really nice move. As soon as that 50 caught up with it, it just, the 50 and with the pattern, you know, this is looking like a much better trade now that I'm looking at it. But with the 50 catching up like this, acting the way it was acting, breaking underneath the 9, and then we had the huge move down back to VWAP. You know, that's a 50-cent move in 2 minutes. So, I mean, if I was looking to enter this trade, I probably would have entered in around the 90 here. My risk could have been 15, 20 cents, make 50 cents. You know, that's a 2.5 to 1 risk reward. That's a pretty decent trade, so definitely missed that one. This was at, yeah, this was at 10.10, and I took this trade here at 17. So, I mean, I was keeping an eye on it, so I don't know. Good day. Lots to talk about, lots to look at. I'll probably rewatch this video. I want to see how I traded these, you know, my thoughts during the time of the trade. So, but I'll be back again tomorrow. Thanks for watching.